Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you. What's up? You really like that? Let's shut up and grab some tape.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a beautiful Friday morning over here. We got Friday Night Mic'd coming up tonight. I got to get out to a high school football field, but I figured, Jonathan, before we get going to a high school game, it's week one next week. We got tons of great matchups. We got to get another shout out. We got to get another film study up, and today we're going to watch two dudes. All right, we're going to watch two quarterbacks that I think are going to dial it up and duel it out in this matchup between LSU and Clemson in week one. Jonathan, there's a lot of boxes I want quarterbacks to check. All right, but I think one of the most important outside of accuracy and character and all this, competitive character. Do you have competitive character on tape? And I shouldn't have to have, especially if I'm drafting you at the high ends of this, there's no questions about it. It should exude itself on tape. It should show up on tape and scream to you, this dude's going to compete his you-know-what off, not only from within the pocket, but with the ball in his hands. If this guy is the leader of my organization, he's going to compete his backside off. Garrett Nussmeier checks that box to a 10th degree, and Cade Klubnik checks that box to a 10th degree. I am super excited to watch this one with you guys today. We love quarterbacks around here. We love these two quarterbacks around here. Let's shut up and let's grind the tape. We got a couple of rules though. Y'all know the deal. If you learned anything about football today, you must subscribe. If you learned anything about your favorite football team today, you must subscribe. And if you have any fun at all today, you must subscribe. Let's get after it. All right. We're going to watch Nuss first, and I'm going to tell you what. Now, hey, we've been conflicted all offseason with this guy, Jonathan. We've been conflicted. Do you coach it out of him? Do you tell him, hey, man, calm it down a little bit? Like, what do we do with a guy who had way too many turnovers last year, and not just like, whoa, hey, being a little bit too competitive. Like, hey, bro, put it in your pocket. Like, you can't be doing that type of stuff, type of turnovers. How do we eliminate that moving forward? All right, hey, we chose this Ole Miss game, Jonathan, because it sticks out to me, or at least creates curiosity when I look at his game logs, because this is one of his more inaccurate games. And I believe it's about a 64% guy last year. Was he close to 68? Will you look that up for me? All right, but it wasn't like some 72% completion guy. All right, and when you look at this football game, I think we're sub 50. And you look at it, and I put these first two on the clips because, guys, completion percentage is not always a direct indicator of whether or not your quarterback is actually indeed accurate. What do you got for me?
64 last season.
So 64%. We got some guys on this channel and in college football we study chunking it at that 70% clip, okay? So sometimes when you look at that, you might be like, oh, well, he might have accuracy problems, right? Well, I'm going to show you two incompletions right here to start the football game that are absolute dots. I think they need to be caught, all right? And I think they're good balls. Like this one right here. We're going to be rolling to our right, trying to hit Kyron Lacey on this comeback right here, RIP to Mr. Lacey. He's going to be all over the film today, okay? All right, this is a good ball. I think that ball should be caught over there on the sideline. I don't know if y'all can tell that. That's just high enough to be away from our defender, just low enough to the ground for our wide receiver to Tony two-tap, drag them toes along the sideline, okay? We don't ultimately get it completed. It's an incompletion, but I'm going to show you from the tight right here, this is about as dialed as we can be from a quarterback's mechanic standpoint. What I love most about this one, we are rolling left, ladies and gentlemen. We have got to be firm and diligent about keeping that left shoulder down. Watch Nuss right here really fight as he's working to his right to keep that left shoulder down, to keep that plane downhill, all right, so this ball doesn't float too much on us when we let it rip. I love this from him. He is very mechanically clean, okay, Jonathan? Of all the cues we have studied this offseason, I don't think there's one that passes our pause test more than Nuss. As we go to put him through the pause test today, when when he's ripping that football, those shoulders will be 90 degrees. We will be square at all times. That's why we have so much life. You're going to see it throughout the film study today. I love his mechanical structure. That ball jumped, did it not? That ball jumped. I think that ball should be caught over there on the sideline. All right, next play. By the way, this dude right here, I think Amos was a first-round draft pick. I can't remember where he went in the NFL, but he made some damn money in this football game. Because he was dialed. All right, we got a little switch going on right here between our number one wide receiver down into the bottom of your screen and Mason Taylor, okay? Watch Amos flip and switch this as fast as humanly possible down here to the bottom. Boom. Get hands on number one, transfer him to the nickel right there, and then wham, we're squatting on the tight end. It's going to be a really tight window right here on 3rd and 3. Got to get the ball out. Got to be competitive with it. And look at it. Woo! We're right in those fingertips of Mason Taylor. Accurate ball, incompletion. So we start the football game 0 for 2. I think in this ball game we're 22 for 45 or something crazy like that. We are not a high completion percentage guy, but this is all over the tape. Not a lot of what I'm calling non-competitive misses. You know what I mean? We don't miss balls. We don't have swings and misses. We got competitive at bats. We're not going down looking. We're not going down with a terrible hack, to continue the baseball analogy. We are putting good competitive ABs at the plate at the quarterback position with the ball placement.
Amos was a second-round draft pick.
High?
Low in second-round draft picks.
Okay, but like corner, like 5, taken in the NFL draft, something like that. Had a good season last year at Ole Miss. If I were a guy wanting to draft him, I'd have been selling this tape if I was his agent. All right, I want to put this on here, all right, because I do think there has been, and I don't think this is a him thing. I think you are a product of your environment, especially as a first-year starter. We develop bad habits and good habits depending on what's around us. There is no doubt in my mind, the 2 tackles at LSU last year, boom, bang, A+ quality. All right, Emory Jones, Will Campbell, good football players, NFL football players. The interior of this offensive line was not good enough, period, point blank, in my opinion. And I can see it in the scar tissue on their quarterback. All right, their quarterback does more unnecessary, what I call resettings of the pocket than you'll ever see on tape. And he is constantly fluttering out of pockets, floating backwards in pockets, making the jobs of the tackles even harder. Why? Because there ain't never an ability for me to step up, because interiorly we are not strong enough at LSU last year. All right, it's something that's got to get cleaned up, and you can see it right here. Okay, we have what I'm calling a phantom reset right here, Jonathan. Top of our drop. Phantom reset. Did you see it? Got a little phantom reset right there. And look, it's not a problem here. It's going to be a problem as the season progresses, as the film progresses. All right, we're just going to keep floating out of pockets that we don't need to be doing. By the way, I think that's the worst habit being developed in young quarterbacks today. I'm going to keep bailing. We saw in a ton of that NFL quarterback draft studies that we did this offseason. I mean, it is bad habit football, bailing backwards in pockets. Also, we didn't show the X over there. I think they've gotten so much better at X this year with Nick Anderson. There's some stuff on here on film you'll see just like that, like where we got an X down here trying to run a comeback on 3rd and 5, but he runs himself out of bounds, that kind of stuff. But this is the stuff we got to eliminate, man. We got to eliminate. Again, nothing for us to step up into, even if we wanted to, right? Our edges are getting beat right here, but it ain't like I'm asking you to step up in the smoke. You can't. There's fire there. There ain't smoke. You know what I mean? So now, hey, we got to learn how to lose. Okay, I don't think this guy's a very good loser. You know what I mean? When there are obvious signs of the play is dead, big boy, put it in your pocket. No, I can still win. No. Hey, they got us beat, bud. They got us beat. And you trying to flick that ball around everybody and getting it to the run. Well, now guess what? The ball's in the air. The ball's in the air, and now we have a turnover in our own end. All right? We saw this all over the A&M tape, and LSU fans watching this today, you know this about him. It's just just a matter of when it's going to happen last year on tape. We got to eliminate this, all right? We have got to learn how to lose. I think that's the best way I can talk about it for him because he is too highly competitive, but we got to be able to coach it in him and not coach it out of him. You know what I mean? We can't overcoach this kid. We cannot overcoach this kid. Because we got stuff like this on tape, man. We got stuff like this on tape. It's 2nd and 10. The very next possession, I'm backed up in my own end, and we're going to toss this football right here, okay? Coach going to put me in empty. It's the other reason why I don't want to be too stern on him and break his will or, anything like that, because this dude's got competitive character and just general, I'm willing to do things others aren't. We're in empty, right? And we got this skinny right here from number 2, okay? And they're bracketing him, right? So we're going to get a high-low opportunity, most likely. Pre-snap, that's what it looks like. What he doesn't know is that he's going to get a secondary drop defender right here from Centarian Perkins. For some reason, Ole Miss puts 2 defenders in one hole. We never love that on this channel, okay? But anyways, it's still a difficult throw, right? We got to throw over these defenders and underneath this defender, and he does a great job of it. All right, watch this from the tight. Watch how early this ball is thrown. All right, we'll let you see it. We'll pause it right here. Ooh, okay, we're nowhere near out of our break, right? And where the ball's already out of our hands. I mean, this is an NFL throw. And I told Jonathan before this show, I don't think there's a college quarterback last year that had, well, maybe Cam Ward, that had more NFL throws. Like big time, oh my God, that ball's thrown so early. That ball's thrown so confidently. That ball's thrown so layered. I mean, look at this. We're still stemming. Great job right here getting the hips of number 5 opened up. We're just going to snap that inside, but we're already letting this ball loose. Jonathan, what are we passing right now? Pause test. That's going to be a 90-degree all day. I swear to you. I swear to you. And if you're wondering why I'm so important on that, that's where the layering of the football comes from, guys. The ability to get the nose back down. We're going to show you a clip of Cade a little bit later struggling to get the nose down. And it's because we're not pausing that, we're not passing that pause test, okay? All right, let's have a conversation. All right, and Coach Sloan, if you're listening today, or any offensive coordinator today, let's have a conversation because I want to know how you guys are teaching this. I want to know how I think I know how I would teach it. All right, there would be give and take with the quarterback like this. In this situation, it is 2nd and 10. Okay, the worst thing that can happen to us today is to chase an explosive and end up in 3rd and 10 in this situation. We do not want to be in 3rd and 10. We want to be in 3rd and 5 or convert a first down. Those are the 2 options that we want, right? All right. And how do we do the math? How do we risk assess, right, the correct way to make sure we're making the right decisions as a quarterback? So let's talk about the concepts. All right. Let me get one look at it right quick, and then I'll draw them up pre-snap for you guys. We're going to motion number 0. All right. We're going to get a switch release out there, out and up. All right. I see what we got going on. All right. Here we go. Let's draw it from the top. We're going to get this motion, switch release. Oh, excuse me. We're going to get this motion, switch release. We're going to go out and up from number 0 right there. We got a basic clear off, right? Run that route because you love football right about now from that guy. We got a deep over here from the tight end. We got a shallow, and eventually I think we release the back here and get kind of a mesh as a late option right here for us as well. Now, here's what I want to have a discussion with, right? This is our hot plan, this mesh concept, right, Jonathan? If we feel any type of heat, if we feel like we got to reset the pocket at all, or if we see immediate bail from the defense, right? If they do something crazy like rush 3 and drop 8, we're going to get the ball out of our hands right now, probably live for a 3rd and 5, instead of chasing something down here that because they're dropping 8 might not arrive. You see what I'm saying? That's the conversation I want to start having with my quarterback that's this aggressive, because I know what he's going to do. I know my quarterback's going to chase this stuff because I've been watching him chase this stuff all year. But it's 2nd and 10. We were negative on first down. We've got to get some positive results here so we can live on 3rd down. Watch him. Down set hut. Okay, boom. They rush 3. They drop 8. And they're still getting home, by the way. They're still pushing the pocket. Now I'm being flooded. Now, we have a conversation in the offseason with our quarterback. Hey, is it worth flushing out of this pocket right now? Or should we just go ahead and hit the back because everyone's flooding deep, right? They're dropping 8. Everybody's getting out. Take it now. Because guess what? That's going to end up in 3rd and 4. I can live in 3rd and 4. What I can't do all the time is chase a big time completion, throw it out of bounds, and now when I turn the film on, we're in this. This is bad. No good offense or no great offense wants to be here. All right, we all know that. I think I was a little too elongated in explaining that, but I want to have that conversation with my Q, and I'm going to give him first down. But 2nd and 10 is mine, buddy. 2nd and 10 is mine. I need to be back in 3rd and 4. All right? 2nd and 2, you get to hunt. You see what I'm saying? Like, we need to have that give and take between play caller and quarterback. It's got to be so much better on the interior. So much better. Just had so many bad habits, okay? Just an inability to let this ball rip where we want to, but we're going to stand in there and compete. And this is what I do love about this guy. This is this next 3rd and 10 play, okay? There's going to be some, ooh, I wish you didn't run out of that pocket. But when we have to, when we know we have to, we're going to stand in there and compete. Eventually, we're trying to work this dig, I believe, back inside. Maybe it's the tight end, I can't remember. We're trying to work something over the middle of the field right here that we know is going to take some time to develop, all right? And we're going to have to stand in there and take a shot from whatever pressure ultimately arrives. I want to show you this from the tight right here and just, again, have that discussion. Look, I know it's Walter Nolan, I think, who gets this pressure. I know it's an NFL football player, all right, but we got to be better on the interior this year at LSU. That's just my opinion, okay? Look, we can't throw this dig firm and back where it's supposed to, right? Throwing it this way. We can't throw it firm because all of our momentum's about to get taken towards the sideline, all right, by Walter Nolan. And we miss it inside, okay? And guess what? It gets dropped. All right, but I don't think that's a drop. I think that's a bad ball placement because we couldn't continue our momentum where we're supposed to. But he wants to. He wants to stand in there and compete, don't he? Peyton Manning sitting at home right here, just juiced up watching this. Oh, cares about his fakes, guys. Cares about his fakes, guys. Give it to me. Let's watch it one more time. Come on. Yes, sir. Care about your fakes. We love it. Hey, we know ain't nobody thinking you gonna keep the football. We all know that, but if coach got an RPO off the back of that thing, give somebody, right? Hey, look, I know we're joking, but this guy holds. Watch. He has to hold, doesn't he? He got to stay firm and vertical down the flat line, all right, just for a little bit longer. Everything matters. I don't want to overcoach him because I don't want to see this on tape either, okay? Hey, we're going to scramble left here in a second, and we're going to have this deep over run into grass. He's going to cross the safety's face. And for some reason, we're going to double clutch this thing and let it rip. I want him competing, all right, because this is our one-on-one. This is a one-on-one opportunity downfield. It's 1st and 10. Let's go, Bubba. Let's go, all right? And I don't want to overcoach him because this is worse to me sometimes than maybe competing a little bit too much. You know what I mean? I don't want to turn on tape and see Garrett second-guessing himself because I've yelled at him too many times for being a little bit aggressive. You know what I mean? Throw that flat like you want to right now. Okay, you're going to win, but instead we double clutch, we throw it again later, and now we're just chunking it out of bounds. Okay? I don't want to overcoach him. Hey, a pause test passer right here. Pause test passer, Jonathan. Look at this. We love it. We love it. Look at that pause test. All right, now, why do I love this? Okay, I don't think this guy's an elite, twitchy athlete, but he plays the quarterback position suddenly. All right, he plays the quarterback position suddenly. And here's what we got. We got a drop 8 situation from Ole Miss. We got a rush 3 and drop 8. So they got everything covered, but eventually something's going to open in this 8-man pass concept, right? But we've got to be ready whenever it is to get our feet in the ground and let the ball overall rip. So watch him from the back or from the tight right here. See how he's scanning, okay? He's going to work left to Mason Taylor. As he does, okay, number 2 is going to come clear right over here over the spot. But we're opening to Mason Taylor, and that spot's running to the middle of the field, okay? So by nature, our body's going to be late when we get there. But when our eyes get there, we better be ready to rip the football. Watch this from the wide, and then I'm going to show it to you from the tight. And this is what I'm talking about on this network when I say I need you to play from within the pocket with suddency. All right, this is what it looks like, okay? You're going to see his eyes and his lower body open to Mason Taylor right here, okay? Open into Mason Taylor in case we like it, but we don't, right? Because the safety's squatting on it and the underneath defender is running to it. Hey, but that means the spot route's going to become open very, very quickly. Watch how quickly we're ready. Oh, we're ready to strike right now, aren't we? Ready to strike right now when we get there. There is no hesitancy now. The ball misses slightly left. I'm okay with that. I'm going to show you a clip of Cade here in a little bit where when we get our eyes over there, we're just not quite ready to strike, and it's going to end up getting us sacked. All right, apparently I have to praise this nowadays. But watching a franchise hopeful quarterback and first-round draft pick just completely almost die in an NFL preseason game because he doesn't know where his hots are. Apparently, I do have to praise this. Apparently, I have to come on this network and be like, hey, look, guy knows football. All right, so let's watch it from the tight, guys. They got a full right slide, okay? They are sliding 5-man to the right. Now, if this linebacker comes, all right, if he fires, then we're hot off this defensive end. I know this is crazy. This is rudimentary. This is day one stuff. All right, but again, we're flaring the back. That guy's hot. So if he comes, I got to hit the back right now. And the back's going to turn his head around immediately, okay? Because he knows that I am the hot. It's football 101. It's slide protection 101. And I watched a number 3 overall draft pick from an SEC football school damn near die missing his hot. All right. And from the front side, that was the craziest part. This kid's picking it up from the backside. It's basic day one install pass protection, but apparently I have to give credit to it when I see it nowadays. I think you got a better opportunity of winning these types of battles this year. Okay, I do. I am a Nick Anderson guy, and I hope he proves me right. I'm a big-time Nick Anderson guy. I think you're going to be better in these, hey, can my ex win situations this year, okay? I'm telling you, Amos made a damn check in this football game, Jonathan. All right, the other thing that I love about this dude, all right, how deep are we, by the way? Where are we at?
22. All
right. I got to stop saying all right like I'm freaking Nick Saban. It's a verbal tick when I start talking football. This dude gets hot. It only takes like 1 or 2 good throws. It's like watching a streaky shooter. When he sees that first one go down, he pull it from the logo real quick. So as a coordinator, Coach Sloan, again, I don't know, like, do we be aggressive with him when we see him start rolling, or do we be getting his head and be like, all right, now, don't be going too crazy. I don't know what you do. I know what he does because I'm going to show you how his play calling goes. But this is a real arm talent guy. All right, I don't know what your conceptions of him are, but when I watch him, this dude makes big time, you're an elite arm guy throws. I think we roll right here. Yes, sir. We roll right. We're flipping the dig back left. Let me show you this from the start and give you the concept because we're going to see it a little bit later, okay? We're going to get whatever you want to call that, an option route. We got a dig, and then we got that you love football clear out concept. It's basic 3x1 sets over here. We got whatever our favorite man beater is on the top, right? Go win up there at the top, but on the bottom, this is what we got. Eventually, you know, this is the number 1 read in the progression here, okay? But if you've ever called a dig, and I know most people's college football or quarterback experience is relative to video games. If you've ever thrown a 12 to 15 yard dig in a video game, what's it take? Time. So we're going to have to buy time or sit into a pocket and take hits in order to deliver this shot. I love how we buy time. All right, rolling to our right here and cut this football back to our left. I'm going to show it to you from the tight and you'll see what I'm talking about. This is a 20-yard against our momentum type of throw right here. Guarantee passes the pause test, okay? Downset hut, let's go. Feels the immediate, that guy's going to win in the middle, and wham, okay? So that's rolling right. How about rolling left? Okay, how about we got pressure? Let's make something happen to the left. Let's step up into a pocket, flick that sucker, give him a runnable ball. Watch this one from the tight. This is textbook, man. I want to see this on air and shorts, let alone on film. Whoa, two-handed monster, step up in the pocket. Hey, let's get flat, down it, buy more time, flick, runnable ball after the catch. We love that. I told you he's heating up, though. He's heating up, right? Heating up. Next play, we about to get in here and give a little RPO slant to number 14, and we're going to put that damn thing on his face mask. And guess what? We know we're getting hot, too. We know we're getting hot. All right, hey, I asked you, as an OC, do you hunt with them? Do you get hot with them? What's the next play? All right, what's the next play? The next play is a damn 40-yard bomb. We're going to try to hunt again. We're going to send motion out from the back. All right, here's the concept. We got the post, step on his toes. We got the corner. We are going to create some type of confusion at the top of this route. All right, as a quarterback, I'm going to hunt and compete from the pocket even when it gets dirty, because it's going to get dirty. And here we go. We're going to toss that bomb one-on-one. All right. Some people would say it's a risky throw. I don't think so. I think one-on-one opportunities for my wide receivers are things that I want to be hunting on 1st and 10 when my quarterback's hot. When the OC calls it, I'm going to seek the one-on-one I like best, and I'm going to go put the ball in the air and give my guy a chance. Now, I think we damn near blow our knee out right here as a wide receiver. So I got my answer. When I sat there, when I was sitting there late last night wondering, having this internal dialogue with my future coaching self, what am I going to do with these quarterbacks? I think I'm going to hunt with you. When you get hot, I'm going to go with you. All right, I got one more ball I want to show y'all, because this is draft him now type of football right here. This is a what the hell? No way you threw that thing. Rolling right, we got pressure, just put it up. All right, here we go. We got double bender right here. All right, got a wheel from the back. We are going to throw this ball, I don't even know how early right here. We're going to get a free hitter running at us. The ball is out now. We're going to put this ball right here as this guy tries to undercut this football. Oof. Look at this one from the tight. More big-time throws on this guy's tape than anybody else we studied. Choo. All right, let's go watch Cade. This will be fun. All right, now, the moment you turn on Cade Klubnik tape, especially getting done watching what we just got done watching, different type of competitor, different type of playmaker. As I'm sitting here playing the film behind me without even knowing, hey, different kind of playmaker. And what I mean by that, we're definitely going to get the legs involved. I think Kirby said it best about this guy, used the best adjective, slippery. All right, it's a slippery athlete. He's hard to get down on the ground. About 6'2", maybe 6'3". I'd say probably 210, 215. Big, good athlete, all right, that they use in the run game. The legs are definitely a threat. So if you're an LSU fan watching this today, understand something. This guy is going to be a problem with his legs. The other thing you're going to notice about this film study, and I told Jonathan before, I would be very, very nervous if I were an LSU fan and knew what I was watching if I turned this tape on, because SMU got away with just being downhill, I'm hunting their ass, I'm not scared of them at all type of defense. And if they're willing to play engage 8 style defense, Blake Baker might just send all 11. Like, he might just line up and kick or field goal block. Like, it might get that bad, all right? Or at least he might be that bullish and gung-ho-ish about his defense, because they sure as hell were. And guess what? It bludgeoned them. I think it cost them the football game because they gave up way too many explosives early in the game, all right? So most of these teams that play Clemson, they play them as if I am not scared of them. I don't know if that's going to continue as their wide receivers develop, but man, most of these guys hunt downhill. They get downhill like this right here. Look, everybody's hunting the rock, right? We got a man wide open, naked down in the end zone right here. We just got done watching a dude who we said was a competitor, right? A pocket competitor. This is one too. This dude, every time I watch him, I have more and more respect for the level of toughness that he plays the game of football with. We got a 300-pounder right here about to hit us in our rib cage, okay? And we're going to let this ball out on 1st and 10 and stay above the sticks right here. Okay, I am really, really bullish on just the level of I am a competitor. I play hard, right? I play hard. I play tough, and I'm a Clemson quarterback. All right. I think Dabo, and more than anybody, Dabo is a character guy. He recruits off character, and players like Cade probably only affirm that for him every single time they watch him on film. There's no doubt, okay? Especially, I don't know. I know they're bullish on Adam Randall. I don't know how good it's going to be at the back position, right? I know they like the young freshman that they got brought in. I know they like some of their backs, but there's no doubt in my mind this guy's going to be featured as maybe even the primary ball carrier. Against Texas, he was the primary ball carrier, all right? And what do I mean by that, right? They just got the ball back. I don't know what the situation is here. All right, they're up 14-7. SMU just scored. They tried to run a traditional run right here on 1st and 10. Now it's 2nd and 7. We were inefficient on 1st down with the run, right? So here we go. We're going to run the quarterback on 2nd and 7 to create a 3rd and manageable. Okay. Little quarterback counter right there, essentially. Pick up 8 yards. Now I think it's 3rd and 1 right here on the next play. Let's watch this. There you see the quarterback counter. Get upfield, take a hit, pick up some yardage. That's wrong. 3rd and 2. Okay. Now we're going to get into empty. And guess what? We're going to run the quarterback again. We just converted a 1st down, right? Moving field position after the opponent just scored, all off the cue. When we tried to run it off the running backs, inefficient. It's what ended up happening to them as the season progressed. That worries me about ultimately, like, hey, does he stay healthy? But he's tough as hell. I'm telling you that right now about him. I already know that about him. But here's the reality. Every time I see these guys, okay, and really any offense, we talk all the time. This is why run game's so important, right? How do you be good on 3rd down? You be good on 1st and 2nd. I know it sounds so simple, but nobody's good in 3rd and 10. Everybody's good in 3rd and 2, guys. Everybody's good in 3rd and 2. Nobody's good in 3rd and 10. We got to stay the hell up out of these situations, okay? So if you're LSU, how can we eliminate that run game to force 3rd and 10? Because I'm going to tell you, nobody's going to live well here. Like Clemson, look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys pressuring the quarterback right now. That is officially a blitz. Now, why do they feel comfortable being able to do that? Because it's 3rd and 10, and they're getting aggressive and exotic, okay? And look, he's going to stand in there. He's got this dig working here for number 2. He's going to get to it. He's willing to stand in the pocket. He just gets hit right as the ball's let go, okay? And it ultimately stops that ball from getting completed. By the way, this guy right here is about to be a main feature in this study. Like this right here. Again, would make me so nervous having watched what I watched last year defensively from LSU. All right. 3rd and 2 here. Okay. And they finna do some crazy stuff right here. Now, the motion, the box, everything tells me I'm about to get cover 0. Is what it looks like to me. Guys, there's nobody. There's nobody back here in the middle of the field. All 11 people are within 4 yards of the line of scrimmage right here on 3rd and 2. Now, I'd be completely fine with you saying, we're just going to line up, play cover 0, and pressure the ball and sell out on the run. But that's not what they do. I kid you not, Jonathan. This is number 24. He's at the line of scrimmage. They're going to make him responsible for the middle of the field. Okay, they're going to switch this out here with these 2 corners. This guy's going to play hard flat. He's going to play cover 3. Someone else is going to bail over here. This is crazy to me from SMU, and it cost them a touchdown right here. Okay, guys, just line up, play cover 0. Line up, play cover 0. Of course that guy's not going to cover the whole high hole. My God. Doink, touchdown. Cannot sell out like this. I don't think you can. And if you are, again, just play cover 0. Poor number 24. 20 probably got his butt chewed out in film that week for that right there. And it's like, I'm a linebacker, bro. I see NFL teams doing that stuff nowadays, and I'm all about the sim pressure, but that's tough. Speaking of tough, this dude plays with his heart on his sleeve, dude. Heart on his sleeve, man. Watch this shot from the back. Good Lord. You catch a Clemson offensive lineman going east and west, and you're going to win. I'm telling you that right now. I'm telling you, now, look, this is a tremendous stunt from this defensive coordinator. This is a really good job. We're going to cross the face of that guard and then wrap that linebacker really, really tight off of that. I mean, it's as well as we could run it, but you're going to see, and I don't know how Clemson fans absorb our content. I don't know what they do, but every time I watch Clemson, all it takes for one offensive guard or one offensive tackle to get their butt whipped is one of those. Literally, just like a Euro in basketball, and all of a sudden they're turned and spinned and quarterback's getting drilled like this right here. This pantomime right here is Clemson offensive line on our film network. This is a dot that's dropped right here. Oh, I know what we got. We got a back shoulder convert right here. Okay, look, hey, we're sending motion. We see somebody leave the box with him, right? Safety walk down into the box. We got a lot of eyes on us. What do we think we're getting, Jonathan?
Pressure.
We're getting pressure and man coverage, right? Pressure and man coverage. So if we do, we like this converted, either go or back shoulder fade right here to the bottom, okay? So he sends the motion, sees what he's got, comes back in, confirms it, gives eye contact to his wide receiver down on the bottom, sends the motion again, safety plugging in the box, whole lot of eyes out here. We got a one-on-one opportunity down here on the bottom, okay? This is college football. This is counting the numbers. This should be a 20-yard completion. It is not. Let's watch it again. Boom. I love how we play. We play the position disciplinedly. All right. Watch us stare at that safety. I know where I'm going, but I'm going to give you a hard one count, eyes on, and then I'm going to rip that football. Should be caught. Amen. Mm-hmm. Should be caught. Jonathan, look how downhill this defense is playing. Look how downhill these guys are playing. Watch this dude. I mean, these suckers squatted like 6 yards by the time it's over with. You know what I mean? There was no, I got middle of the field threat there at all. Now, I know it's 3rd and 6 right here, but those safeties get to play toes down on these routes so often, playing one high, right? Never being forced into a too high look. We don't feel that way. Texas played them too high look because they're like, there's no way you run the ball against us anyways. So, yeah, man, these teams play these guys downhill, rushing 6, safety squatting at 8 yards, playing the sticks every single time. There's another clip of it a little bit later that it just makes you wonder, like, how do we stop them from doing this? And I'll show you how, okay? So downhill, man. Look at everybody getting downhill, playing defense on their toes, man, leaning forward. Jonathan, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Watch him. Watch number 24. It's beautiful. I'll be damned. You covered the deep over because you turned and found it. Oh my God, it makes me so happy. We've been talking about it for years. I feel like I see it more and more often. Yes, sir. 24, I guarantee you. Will you do me some high school research, Jonathan? 24 from SMU. I can almost put a hundo on the fact that this kid was a high school DB. There is no doubt. Look how quickly he found that deep over. Yes, sir, 24. We love ball. Yeah, you ain't got no chance right there, too. Just go and put that sucker in your pocket, homeboy. Ugh. Look at this, Jonathan. 3rd and 3 again right here. Okay, 3rd and 3 right here. Watch this safety. Watch this safety right here. Have just absolute no respect for the idea that maybe one day they're going to get us behind. all right, they're going to get behind us. Look at this. This guy is going to end up running butt naked, one-on-one against the DB, all right, with all the grass to throw to leverage in the world right here. But instead, the safety is squatting on the shallow cross. Hey, Jonathan, will you put us in two? I know I got you Googling stuff. Look at this. This safety in any normal offense or any normal defense, in my opinion, should be taught. I know it's 3rd and 3. Should be taught. You've got to carry the vertical right there. All right, we're playing outside leverage, forcing him to you. You've got to turn and run with the vertical. But instead, because we get to play downhill against this football team, I'm squatting on that. Whoa, that's crazy. So to me, like, I'm sitting here watching this on film. I'm like, all right, if I were a Clemson offense coordinator, the number one thing I'm worried about is when teams come out here and play me like this, how do I bludgeon them to death to make them think, oh, no, we can't do that. We're going to give up 50-yard touchdowns if we keep doing stuff like this. Well, I got your answer here in just a second. We can't be able to allow defenses to play this downhill on us, all right, and hunt us like this. Safety's right there to kill that drag even if we get it completed. So here's the deal, right? If a team's playing this downhill on you, if a team is playing this one high on you, right? We have got to be able to hit vertical shots when they present themselves to make these teams fear us in the back end. Otherwise, we just have no answers the rest of the football game. Look at this. We got one running right down the field. We got a naked 90-yard touchdown, but we miss it. We can't get completed, okay? So if you want teams to stop hunting you, if you want teams to stop playing so downhill, if you want to force safety attention, right? If you want to lighten the run box, if you want to do all these good things that great offenses do, hey, against the good teams, we can't do this, right? We can't do this. We can't miss this by an inch, which is what we miss it by. We miss it by an inch right here.
24 is Kobe Wilson from Parkview High School, played linebacker in high school as well.
Whew. Parkview.
Now in the NFL, by the way.
Attaboy. Let's see if we pass the pause test right here as the ball's released. We're a little bit vertical, aren't we? We're a little bit leany on that left side. All right, I'm going to tell you right now, moving because I've already watched the study and I already know what was coming up in the next couple plays. We have a propensity to lose the nose of the football. That's what we do. All right. And I think I know it's because we're not as linear with our shoulders as we possibly could be. Right here, we get a little bit too leany on this, and I guarantee you our nose floats. I guarantee you if we bio-track this football, that nose is steady late to come back down, and that's what causes that, in my opinion, okay? Big time pause test guy. Got to be able to pass it. Let's go to play 40 right quick. I get really, really excited of year 2 of Mr. Bryant Wesco, though. I think he's down here, number 12, either way. I'm bullish on what number 12 is going to be doing in year 2 because my man can get open. My man can get open, and he can make things happen after the catch as well. He's up there at the top, okay? They want to run one high. They want to run cover 3, right? We got to have somebody that can snap and drop their hips, okay, and create some separation out there at the top of the screen. That's exactly what they got. I'm really, really excited on what he could possibly do, pairing him with Antonio Williams. I know Antonio Williams is great. We know Antonio Williams is great. We love him here on this network, but y'all need a counterpart, all right? And I think Wesco can be that and was that last year. I think he had 700 yards. Hey, here we go. Pause test. Pause test. All right, let's watch this from the wide and tell me, Jonathan, if you think this ball floats on him just a tad bit as the ball comes out late. All right, boom. I know it does because the wide receiver jumps. So let's watch it from the tight. All right, that wide's really, really wide. All right, we're going to get floated left. And I'm okay with it. Pressure is hot. Pocket's dirty. Let's get out of it. All right. Pause test. Where's it at? All right. We're square there, right? Let's see if where we're at on the release point. See what I'm saying? And now watch the flight of this football, Jonathan. It just keeps floating up. That nose never comes back down, does it? That nose is still up, and now we float and sail on us a little bit. I promise you right now, because we just watched it. That's why I think it's so great to go Nuss to this guy. All right, Nuss floating left, shoulder square, throwing that jab just like that, right? Cade floating left right here, just All right, ball floats on him. We got to be able to keep those shoulders linear when we're letting that thing rip. Now, he probably doesn't have an opportunity to throw this that flat, Jonathan, because that dude is standing right there. All right. I do think and I know this guy works really, really hard on his mechanics though, so that's something that I would be trying to see. Jordan, listen to me act like I know more than Jordan Palmer. Jordan, maybe get it more linear. I think he leans on it just a little bit too much. I want to talk to him about this one right here. I really, really do. I want to talk to him about this one right here, because what we got, Jonathan, is this right here. That's what the coordinator is trying to work. He's trying to get this down this sideline right here, all right? And it's going to open up. This corner's going to have to make a decision. Do I run with the number 3 wide receiver and let the vertical get carried and picked up by the safety, or do I, just let one of them go? All right, boom. Ha, ha, ha. You see what I'm saying? Coordinator's trying to work us down here on the bottom, all right, and he had to make a decision. He's running with the wide receiver. We could be throwing the running back. Instead, we come back to the single receiver side and throw the comeback. It's a 12-yard completion. I'm cool. I'm fine. If I were drafting him or if I'm the coach, I just want to have a conversation with him about why we're not throwing this out and up down here on the bottom to Antonio Williams. Why do we pump it and immediately work off of it? What do we not like? Look, we start over here, we pump it, I assume to get this flat defender to stay flat-footed and stay in this hole and not carry vertical with the wheel? Is that an explosive left on tape, Jonathan?
I would say so. I
think so. And again, I just want to talk to him. I'm fine with the result. I'm good. I'm good with the result. But did we leave a 40-yard banger right there on tape? I don't know. I don't know unless I'm in the room. Hey, Coach, we're 52 offensive snaps into the game at this point. We might need to have some hots here on 3rd and 6, okay, because they be bringing it. They be bringing it. They be playing cover 0. They've been playing cover 1. They've been bringing pressure and blitzes on almost every single play. So when I get to the top of my drop, somebody better be alerted. Somebody better be alerted and ready to win right now. He's looking at me for some reason, so that may be our hot in the progression. I don't know. He seems to be coached like it's his hot, but that's not opening up yet. That's not opening up yet. That's not opening up yet. And we fitting to get hit already. All right. So here's why I think suddency, we talked about it in the Nuss film study here. Here's why I think suddency is one of the most important things at the position. Because I think if we were sudden right here, I think if we were ready to strike at any given moment, when any given grass is ready or presents itself, I think we might have an explosive right here. Jonathan, check this out. Hey, Antonio Williams has got leverage. Antonio Williams got leverage. I got my eyes on Antonio Williams. All right, I'm going to want to throw this ball right now, but hey, a little bit too late. We're already getting hit. What if I was ready to throw it and got that ball out? I don't know. I think I'm asking too much. Let's watch it from the wide one more time. I think I'm asking too much. When I see that bail and I see that crossing that face, get the ball out. Am I asking too much to ask him to throw that ball right now, Jonathan?
I don't think so, honestly.
Am I asking you to be an anticipatory thrower? Yes. All right, there's the bend. And if we're letting this ball rip right now, we're going to throw that to grass. I know NFL coordinators expect their guys to anticipate my guy winning. You know what I mean? Like, throw it early enough to know that, oh, he's got leverage before the break, so he's going to win out of the break. You see what I'm saying? All right, but here's why I love this guy. Because he's just going to compete. He's going to compete his backside off every single time like this right here. This is the 56th play in the game. There's 8 minutes left, I believe, in the fourth quarter, and he's just competing. He's just going to find ways to win football games. He's done it since high school. He does it in college. It's not going to be the cleanest. It's not going to be the prettiest. Hell, sometimes, like this right here, I might say, why aren't you hitting him now? Right? I could say, well, like, you looked at him and turned it down. Why? Well, I don't care, because he's just competing, coach. That's all he's doing. He's out there being a point guard right now, trying to get his team a win. And then you go to play 58, and you see it. All we're doing is competing, brother. That's all we're doing. We are a competitor. We are a football player first, not a quarterback. We're a football player first here on 2nd and 6, driving, playing behind our pads, picking up a first down. He's just competing. Let's go to play 68. I got a couple more for you. No, let's go to the last play of the game. Okay? The last offensive play for them. I want y'all to look at this situation. I forgot it was this dire for them, Jonathan. Check this out. Okay, 9 seconds left in the game. They just get the ball back. I think SMU had just punted. Does that sound correct?
Yeah, sounds about
Either way, they're getting the ball at the 44. So we need one big chunk play right here to get into field goal position for our quarterback. Backside 44 too. So we need a big time chunk play, and our coordinator's got one dialed up for us. We're going to run 15, 16, 17 yards, squat it down right now. Cade's going to hit you on time. Now, the only way we get there is if we play this 3-step, 1 hitch, get the ball out on time. But hey, coach, what happens if I get to the top of my drop and somebody on our offensive line is already getting beaten? Ooh, that sounds like a plausible scenario. Well, you better find a way to get to the guy on time. Watch this right here from Cade. I love this. Okay. This might look a little preemptive. This might look a little like he's getting out of a relatively clean pocket. But at this point in the season, at this point in the game, he don't trust nothing that he feels. He's going to run right into the smoke, okay, and get this ball out on time to Antonio Williams. And they're going to go win an ACC championship game because of it. Okay. I love the decisiveness with which he does this right here. There is no panic. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1 hitch. I got to buy time to get there and get this ball out. Great job. I love the competitive character. I think it's what we opened it up with today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. All right. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button on your way out. I love you. Bye.